Hey guys, welcome back, Chili Sports Cards. Today I'm going to be doing a special video for you guys. If you guys are, subscribed to my channel and you watch me and you watch my videos, you know that I'm really big on a certain player right now, Nolan Arenado. It's something that I'm pretty passionate about. It's something that I really want to go over with and show you guys why I believe in what I believe. I truly believe that Nolan Arenado is going to be the guy that's going to, in the hobby to reach Mike Trout prices very soon. He's not quite there. I think Bellinger is pretty close. Some of his more rarer Topps Update refractor autograph cards are selling for a lot of money. $5 grand and stuff like that. But going back to like the 2009 Bowman Chrome Mike Trouts, it's still not even close. I'm talking about like 2011 Topps Update base cards. PSA 10 selling for like $1,400, $1,500 just the paper cards. It's just insane. But what this video is going to be about is going to be I wrote down, I compared the stats for the last 5 years on this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down just so you can see it for a second. And I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over the last 5 years, both players, main stats. I did average, home run, at bats, hits, RBIs, on base, slugging, and on base plus slugging. I didn't do the WAR, and there's some other stuff that I didn't do, but I want to do the hard, the hard stats, the major stats. Some of this newer stuff that guys are looking at, the WAR and stuff like that. To me, it's not that important because it stands for wins above replacement. If Ken Griffey Jr. played in today's game along with Mike Trout, would Mike Trout's WAR be so high? Probably not, because you're talking about the position. So, that's like to me, it's debatable, and I don't want to talk about stuff that's debatable. I want to talk about facts. I want to talk about numbers. You're gonna see right away Mike Trout, and I don't mean any disrespect to Mike Trout. He is but the best offensive player in the game. But you're gonna see that Nolan Arenado is right there, right behind him. I mean, his stats are really good, man. I mean, just really amazing. And Nolan Arenado plays third base, guys. He does not play outfield. There's a huge difference there. What Mike Trout has over Nolan Arenado, more than anything, is he gets on base more. And his at-bats are lower because he walks more, because he doesn't get pitched to as often. He gets walked a lot more. You're going to see in the at-bats, when I go over the at-bat statistics, there's a lot less at-bats for Mike Trout. It's not that he played less games. It's not that he, has been injured and stuff like that. It's because he literally does not get pitched to as much. It's very common for a full season or close to a full season, 152 plus games. I know there's 162 games, but I'm saying most people play around 152, 155, 158, whatever. Anyway, a 600 at-bat season is pretty close to what you're going to, expect to get for most players. And Mike Trout is usually below, 500. So he definitely gets walked a lot more. And he does about the same amount of damage. So that's Mike Trout's biggest thing is his on base, and he does a lot more with a lot less. But at the end of the day, let's pretend you're a dad and you go take your son to one Major League Baseball game for the year. Would you rather take him to go see Arenado, earn his hits, or would you rather go pay to see Mike Trout walk? I'd rather pay to see Arenado get a base hit or hit a double or hit a home run. They're putting up the same kind of hard stats. So, and that's just my opinion. I mean, you guys can definitely, feel however you want to feel. But I'm going to go over that after I open up this mail. I got one package today, and I bet you guys can guess what player it is. It's not a high dollar card right now because it's not graded. If I think it is the card that I think it is. The seller was Propstein. Cut it open so I can pull it out and show it to you guys. I had a PSA version of this, a PSA 10, and I sold it. And I wish that I didn't because, this one's not as nice. It's a PSA 9. But it's a Topps Update Nolan Arenado. And I'm gonna go over this card. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now, just because this is something that I really super like. I feel really strongly about this product, and I'm not talking about the Topps Update. I'm talking about the Topps Update Chrome. 2013 Topps Update Chrome is the very first year of Topps Update Chrome, and it's very rare compared to the Topps Update. Right now, the PSA 10 Topps Updates, just like this card right here, identical. The PSA 10s, they're selling for about $100. Okay. The Mike Trout 2011 is selling for about PSA 10. It's, I don't know, it's $1,300-$1,400. It's very expensive. You're talking about $100 to, $1,300-$1,400 is, is Mike Trout worth 14 times Nolan Arenado? Are you freaking kidding me? After I go over these stats, you guys are gonna be like, "There's no way." So I expect this Topps Update card to go up in value, but the Topps Chrome, guys, the Topps Chrome is freaking. It has potential to like completely skyrocket. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and go on eBay on my phone right here. Let's go to 2013 Topps Update. Let's go with the hobby box. Okay. Now the Topps Chrome did not have hobby boxes, but the Topps Update had the hobby boxes and then the jumbos too, I think. Yeah, see how much it is? It's $525. This is like the jumbo box. Okay. So between the two different sets and just the hobby, the hobby version, not the retail version, think about how much product is out there. Now, like I said, this is just the Topps Update, the paper card, no Chrome involved. Now we're gonna go to 2013 Topps Chrome Update. I don't know, we'll say box. Okay. You're gonna have some options right here, probably not too many of them. They're not as, they didn't make as much in there, and they're scarcer. I don't think that's a really good price right there on this. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this one because the picture is bigger. Okay. I'm gonna click on this picture too. Okay. Right here. Read this part right here. Exclusive 2 packs of Topps Chrome Update series available only in this box. They didn't make any kind of like hobby Topps Chrome Update. This is the first year of Topps Chrome Update, and it was only available in these mega boxes that they sold at like Target and Walmart retail product. Okay, so between the 3 different versions of the Topps Updates, you got 2 packs in this thing compared to like the other 6 or 7 packs that are in this product. I'm guessing. I'm going to have to assume that the Topps Chrome Update is probably, a 20th%. Like, say, like, okay, I'm just going to throw out a number that's easy for people to understand so I can break it down. Pretend like there's a million print run on the Topps Update, okay? I'm going to guess, in theory, considering there's only 2 packs per these boxes, and that's the only way that you could get this product, I probably had this off camera. I want to zoom in on this again. The Topps Chrome Update. There's only 2 packs per the mega box, and that's the only way that you can get Topps Chrome Update. 2013 is the first year, and anyways, going back to the million for the Topps Update, I'm gonna guess maybe 20,000 for the Topps Chrome Update. There's way less Topps Chrome Update per print run per population compared to the Topps Update, the regular version. So to me, the Topps Chrome Update 2013 Nolan Arenado, say the PSA 10 card, they're going for about $160 right now. I think that card's going to just increase so much. I think that when people realize how much less Topps Chrome Update there is out there compared to the regular Topps Update, look out, guys. That card's going to shoot up tremendously. Between Nolan Arenado's prices going up in general, all on its own, just because it's Nolan Arenado, you got that going for it. You got the fact that it's the first time that set came out, Topps Chrome Update 2013. It's the first year. So you have that going for it. And then it's just a card that I know in my heart it's going to just go up like super high. It's got to. There's no way that if everybody actually, uses their common logical sense and thinks about what's going on with that card, It's gonna skyrocket. Because there's less of that than like the 2011 update Mike Trout. Once he reaches Mike Trout prices, you're going to be talking about 10 times the value of the Mike Trout regular tops update. So if you got a, to me, if you're, let's just go to $1,000 tops update Mike Trout PSA 10. Let's say it's $1,000 card. I would expect if he reaches Mike Trout prices for a Topps Chrome update PSA 10 to be 10 times more. Potentially it could be a $10,000 card because there's so much less of it, if that makes any sense. I don't know that people will spend $10,000 on a card. But if we're talking about print runs and scarcity and apples, then yeah, it makes sense. I could at least expect it to maybe go up in value to at least the same prices as the 2011 Mike Trout update card. I don't see how it can't even get to that point. I mean, I think that the Topps Chrome update 2013 Nolan Arenado cards within the next couple years are going to be $1,000 PSA 10s. That's my prediction. And here's why: the stats. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the stats right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera this way a little bit. Okay, and this is the last 5 years. Okay, so we got the years right here, totals. Some of it I added up, and some of it I just wrote the career totals. So obviously it's not the last 5 years, and I'll make note of that later on when we're going through it. So you got average here, home runs, at bats, hits, RBIs, on base percentage. No, on base slugging and OPS. Mike Trout is obviously the supreme. That's everybody says that he's the greatest right now, and he is because of these three things, because he does more with less. All right, and my argument in the beginning I think holds water, because if I'm paying to go see a Major League Baseball game, I'm gonna want to see the player earn his way on base and not just get walked. So I'd rather see Nolan Arenado get a hit than Mike Trout walk. I'm pretty sure that most of you probably feel the same way. So anyways, let's go ahead and start off with the average. Okay, last year Nolan Arenado hit 315. Mike Trout hit 291. So we got a point for Nolan Arenado there. Let's go down to 2018. Trout average was 312, Arenado 297. Okay, so Mike Trout gets a point there. All right, 2017, 309, 306. Nolan Arenado gets a point there. Okay, 2016, Mike Trout hit 315, and every single thing I have Nolan Arenado and then Mike Trout on the right. Okay, so for each square. Okay, 315 and 294. Now keep in mind the 294 here, and the 297, that's really close to 300. It's not a bad year by any means. Okay. 2015, we got the averages. Mike Trout had the better year, 299 and 287. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The career average for Mike Trout is 305 and 295. Pretty close. It's not that far off. And keep in mind also that Mike Trout plays outfield and Nolan Arenado plays third base. There's a huge difference there, guys. I mean, and Nolan Arenado is not just an average third baseman. He's a phenomenal third baseman. He's one of the best third basemen. He's going to go down as the best third baseman of all time. So, just keep that in mind, okay? But, yeah, I mean, 295, 305, not a huge difference there, okay? Let's go to the home runs. Mike Trout had 45 home runs. Nolan Arenado had 41, so Trout gets a point. 39, 38, Mike Trout gets a point. 37, 33. Arenado gets a point. And you know what? This 38 right here, that led the league in home runs. He had the most home runs in the National League with that 38. So, keep that in mind. 2016, Nolan Arenado had 41 compared to Mike Trout's 29. Mike Trout didn't hit 30 home runs that year. But Mike Trout, you have to also consider that Mike Trout doesn't bat third or fourth. He's more of an on-base and manufacture runs type of guy. But, I'm just stating the facts, so I gotta take that off there. 42 and 41, pretty close, but Nolan Arenado gets a point there. So you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we had I'll just do this on the top right here. You had 3 here and 2. So for the average, Trout gets a nod. For home runs, the last 5 years, you got 3 and 2. Okay. In the last 5 years, the totals, Nolan Arenado has 199 home runs in the last 5 years. Mike Trout has 187. So in the last 5 years, Nolan Arenado has hit more home runs than Mike Trout has. Wow. Okay. Now, if Mike Trout had all those at bats back, he would have more. So let's not get it twisted. Mike Trout is phenomenal. Nolan Arenado is not Mike Trout offensively, but he puts up the same type of numbers. Okay, hard stats here. Arenado has more home runs. You can't take that away. Okay, at bats. So I'm not going to go ahead and point these because it's just there's nothing that either one of these players could do. Nolan Arenado's not going to ask for more walks, and Mike Trout's not going to be asked to walk more or less, So, but just going over the at bats here, okay, 588 to 470. That's 100 at bats. If he hits a home run out of every 10 at bats, he's looking at adding 10 more home runs onto his number, which will put him up at like 55. So, there's a big difference, okay, and that's why I'm talking about the at bats. 590, 471, over 100 at bats. 606 to 402, that's 200 at bats. You can put 20 home runs onto his total probably right there, and he'll end up with 53 home runs, most likely. I mean, I don't know, every 10, every 15 home at bats type situation. Right here, 2015, it wasn't much different. Those are pretty similar at bat numbers. And I just wrote a lot. I don't know. I didn't feel like doing that part of it. Okay, so at bats. Okay, but here we're even. Average home run hits. Mike Trout has 137 hits. Nolan Arenado 185. Okay, so we're gonna, even though the at bats have a lot to do with the hits, we're going off hard stats here, and that's just the way it is. So Nolan Arenado 175 hits. It beats Mike Trout with 147. 187 and 123. There you go again. 182 to 173 and 177 and 172. So even when he wasn't, if you look at the 2015 and 16, when Mike Trout wasn't getting walked a whole lot, Nolan Arenado was getting more hits. Check it out. I mean, it doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. If you doubt the numbers that I wrote down, you can definitely check it out for yourself and do your own scenarios and do this yourself or whatever. So for the last 5 seasons, I did add this up. You can tell because I had the little numbers right here. In the last 5 seasons, Nolan Arenado has 906 hits. Mike Trout has 752 hits. That's over 150. Hit difference in the last 5 years. And like I said, you can't take the hits too critically because he does walk a lot. And he would be getting hits if he, didn't walk so much. But my argument goes back to this. If you go to the big league game, would you rather see Mike Trout walk or would you rather see Arenado get a hit? I would rather see Arenado get a hit. Okay, and that's just common sense, people, right? So let's go to the RBIs. Okay, 2019. RBIs, 118 to 104. Nolan Arenado gets a point. 110 to 79. He didn't even come close to driving in 100 runs. He's less than 80. To me, that's just like, wow, what happened to Mike Trout that year? And you got 72 here. Now, Mike Trout's, been batting leadoff and second a lot in his lineup, so that might have a lot to do with that. But if we're talking about excellence and we're talking about stats and we're talking about numbers, RBIs, Nolan Arenado is kicking butt, right? I gotta take away these. Okay, 130 and 190, and so the last 5 years, RBIs, Nolan Arenado 621 to Mike Trout's 445. Okay, so Nolan Arenado is getting his hits and the RBIs. Let's go ahead and he gets the nod on the hits and the RBIs. Okay. On base percentage. Mike Trout's on base percentage is better all day. All day. You can't take that away from him. Okay. It is, I will say though, it is close. If we're talking about every 10 at bats, because this statistic has this little decimal right there. So he's getting on base, almost half the time. And Nolan Arenado's not that far off. 379 to 438, 374 to 460. 373 to 442. It's really not that far off. Nolan's Arenado's base on base percentage is pretty dang good. Um, and if you go to the last 5 years, the totals, 351 to 419, it's a .6. So if he gets up to bat 10 times, um, you're talking about less than one more time my Trout will get on base more. So it's really not that big of a deal. It's really not. I mean, it can be. I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it. In my opinion, as like a little bit more than half of one time, it's not really that big of a deal. Okay. So we got slugging percentage 583, 590, pretty close there. But my Trout gets the nod. Slugging percentage in 2018, actually Arenado gets the nod. 629, Trout. You see how close these numbers are for slugging percentage? Trout Trout for his last 5 years, or for his career, is 581 over to 546. That's very similar numbers. Very, very close. Okay, and Mike Trout is supposed to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time, or he's the new greatest of all time, right? So, and he's doing some phenomenal things at his young age. So, let's not leave out Arenado. Look how close the numbers are, guys. It's freaking amazing. I mean, so good, you know what I mean? And it can't be overlooked anymore. I think that with Arenado's, prices in the market, I think they're gonna reach his level. I really believe it. Okay, on base per slugging, Mike Trout all day, but take a note, 1.08396. That's almost 1,000. That's really close. They're not far off. Okay, Nolan Arenado's OPS is amazing. If you look at the career, it's less than It's less than a little bit more than the 100, the 897 to the 1,000, for their career. It's really close. It's really not that far off. So I broke it down for you guys. Arenado has the hard stats. He has the real numbers. And with Mike Trout, it's what if, what if he had those at bats? Do you want to call somebody the greatest, over a what if situation? I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. I think that he probably, is better, overall than Arenado. And you can't take that away from him. Mike Trout is an amazing player. But like I said, and not to take away from what he does on the field, he's a great outfielder. He's one of the top, outfielders also. But it's outfield compared to playing an infield position, playing third base, having your head in the game every second, knowing where you have to run for cutoffs and to cover bases and hit the ball's coming at you like at 112 miles an hour sometimes. It's totally different than playing outfield. And he's got to spend a lot more time, mastering his craft playing third base than Mike Trout has to practice playing outfield. And that's just the way it is. So, and I'll respect looking at the whole, situation of, the hard stats and the numbers. Arenado's a beast, man. Arenado is somebody that I really truly believe that his cards will go up. There's a lot of guys that, are into prospecting. They're spending money on these guys that haven't even played Major League Baseball yet. They're looking into players like Luis Robert, and they're calling him the next King Griffey Jr. and stuff like that. I hear stuff like that, and me personally, I'm like, show me, play a little bit. Let's have a few seasons under our belt, and then let's start to talk. But that's why I don't prospect, because I'll compare it to somebody like this, Mike Cameron, great talent, great major leaguer, hit 4 home runs in a game one time. He was the guy that unfortunately replaced Ken Griffey Jr. in center field with the Seattle Mariners in 2000. He had a big shoe to fill, and he was a great player. He had a pretty decent career. He was, quick, a great outfielder, a lot of power. But overall, as a career, how much would you spend on a Mike Cameron rookie card? Probably not a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's not a lot of people out there that are like, man, I can't wait to get my hands on a Mike Cameron rookie card, right? Well, it's because he didn't have that type of career of longevity. And neither one of these guys have had a super long career yet, but that they're going to do, they're going to have long careers with really good numbers like this. And they're just, I mean, they're just getting started basically. They're in their primes right now. Um, it says he was born in 1991. That makes him close to 30 years old. He's close to 30 years old. I think Mike Trout's like 28. So Nolan Arenado is a little bit older than he is. And Nolan Arenado didn't make it into the big leagues until I think a couple years after also. So Mike Trout, that's one of the things that makes Mike Trout so valuable, is the fact that he's doing such amazing things at such a young age. And I think that everybody has a lot of hope that one day when Trout's done, that they can say that he's the GOAT. I think that, people don't want that, that that trophy to be Barry Bonds' trophy, because if you look at stats and you look at everything, Barry Bonds right now is the GOAT of baseball. He's the greatest of all time. You could argue, the whole steroid stuff or whatever, but it is what it is. Barry Bonds is the greatest of all time. And people want to, it's sad to say, but people don't want to accept that. And Mike Trout's the savior. He's the one that's going to bail us all out of having Barry Bonds as being the greatest of all time. And I think that's one of the reasons that people are hoping that he does, so good in his career. And they're willing to spend the money on it right now because everybody just wants that to be true. And to be honest, I'll be real surprised if Mike Trout has a better career than Ken Griffey Jr. If things happen, you can get hurt and you might not recover. Ken Griffey Jr., I think in his prime, was a better outfielder than anybody. I think he was, Ken Griffey Jr. had 2 years where he hit back-to-back seasons of 56 home runs. Mike Trout's never hit, 50 home runs, but Mike Trout gets walked a lot more than Griffey did, I think. So, it's a what-if situation. So, yeah, I just think that that's why that people are spending so much money on Trout compared to Arenado. I don't think Arenado's, going down as the GOAT like Mike Trout is, but you know what? He's right there with him, man. His numbers are right there. We're talking about hard numbers. We're not talking about what if at bats, because he's walking type of thing. And he's actually doing it. Mike Trout's walking. So if that's what you want to make, the greatest of all time is because he's walking, then Barry Bonds walked him way more than anybody. So there's no argument that, I just think that Arenado is going to be right there with them. And I think that their prices are going to be similar. And if you guys listen to my video that I just made, when I'm talking about that Topps Chrome Update product, get your hands on some, man. Go to eBay, go to Topps Chrome Update 2013 Arenado, buy a couple. I think that there's some that are ungraded right now. If you see a PSA 10 and you feel like spending $150, spend it, dude. Because you know what? It's gonna go up in value a lot. I know it is. There's no way that it can't, because compared to the PSA 10s of the paper card, and then you're talking about spending a little bit extra and getting the chrome is gonna shoot way up, like way up, and it's not gonna be nearly as affordable in a couple years, maybe even soon. So pick it up while you still can. I really expect that card to go up in value tremendously, because Topps Chrome Update is hot. If you look at the prices on the Cody Bellinger, the PSA 10s are over $200. The Juan Soto's, and they've just been playing in the game for a couple years. Look at what Nolan Arenado's done the last 5 years. It's like, hello, what are you guys thinking about? And don't get me wrong, $150 for a Chrome card, a PSA 10, it's not cheap. Nolan Arenado prices are good, and they probably are where they should be right now. But what I like to do is I like to think about stuff like this, and I like to look ahead, and it's a no-brainer for me. I think that he will be on the same level as Mike Trout. So that's just my advice to you guys. Just a little, I don't know, just something that I wanted to share with everybody. And as far as going to the Topps Chrome Update, there's two different refractors in the Topps Chrome Update. You have black refractors and you have the gold refractors. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back onto eBay right here. So I'm gonna go to 2013 Topps Chrome Update refractor. Arenado. Okay, so right here you can see that there's a gold version right there. There's also a black one that's like numbered to like 70 or 69 or something like that. They don't have an example here, but that's going to be a huge card to pick up. I saw one for sale like for about $1,000 a couple months ago, and I kicked myself in the face for not picking it up. But I'm gonna throw something in your guys' face right now with this card right here. I'm really debating on picking it up right now. I really want to. This is the Gold Refractor Topps Chrome Update Arenado. It's a BGS 9. It's not a 10. The centering is what really kills it. It's 8.5, but everything else is gem mint. And the centering, it doesn't have anything to do with any kind of damage on the card. It's just how well the card is centered. So it's a gem mint gold refractor. This year, on this 2013 Chrome update, it's not numbered to 50 like most gold cards. It's numbered to 250. But I want you to remember that. Hey, knock it off! My dogs drive me crazy sometimes. They're too loud. So, okay, remember that number 250, okay? I'm going to show you guys something here, okay? Let's go to 2018 Topps Update Gold Acuna. Let's go PSA 9. Okay, so Topps Update Gold PSA 9. Let's see how much these cards are selling for. All right. PSA 9. Okay. This card is numbered to 2018. Remember the last one was 250? So there's 10 times more of these than that gold Arenado. 10 times more. And this isn't even a Chrome version. This is just a regular Topps update. Okay? So if we're talking serial numbers and we're talking print runs and we're talking numbers, we're talking about $458 for PSA, not BGS. BGS is worth a little bit more. For $300, I mean, to me that's a steal. I expect that Topps update Nolan Arenado card. Hopefully it's down here somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the card again. So if the other one was about $450, $500, you know, and having 10 times more, or almost 10 times more, you can expect this card to be 10 times more in price in dollars because of the rarity. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not 10 times more, maybe a few times. So you're talking about 300. I think this card right here has the potential to be a $1,500 card easy, especially because it's a gem mint card. It says mint, but the centering issue, it has nothing to do with damage of the card at all. It's just the centering, and it doesn't look too bad. It's obviously not perfect, but I mean that's a card that I would pick up at $300 all day. I'm thinking about making an offer for like $200 just to see what he might do. But it's an awesome card, man. Yeah, I'm thinking about picking it up. A little comment from Nats Man, my buddy. So your orange refractor is awesome. The orange refractor and the purple refractor, they're both in retail. So that's the only way that you can get those two colors. If you buy the hobby or the jumbo, you can't get the purple or the orange. The purple to me is better because the Rockies wear purple. This card looks better, in my opinion. Now, everybody can have their own opinion and buy what they like, but if you're going to pick up one of the two, the orange or the purple, pick up the purple. It just makes sense, especially, you know what, in that SGC case, because if you took an SGC case and you were putting that card in here, the orange and the black, it would look like a Halloween card, okay? But if you put that purple in there, that thing would pop, man, you know? So, keep your orange card, get it graded. It's a cool card. But yeah, man, something like this, man, I'd pick up this purple. It looks awesome, dude. The centering on it looks pretty dang good. I don't see any kind of white corners on this thing at all whatsoever. And looking at the back, it looks really centered also. It wouldn't surprise me if this was at least a 9. You know, it could grade higher, you know, higher than a 9. It could be a 9.5 or maybe even a 10 gem mint, you know, SGC card. So for the $70, Nats, man, this is all you right here, dude. I don't have one of these yet, and I don't necessarily want to buy one. Because I'm going to be concentrating on the Topps Chrome update, not the Topps Chrome. But yeah, dude, anybody out there, man, the Topps Chrome update's going to blow up, so definitely pick up some. And that's it. That's all I want to talk about. So I say a lot in my videos. I need to try to figure out a way that I don't do that. I just wanted to help you guys out and share with you guys my thoughts. And why I'm buying Arenado so much right now. I really think that he's gonna just shoot up. So I've proved why. I've showed you a really good card, you know, to buy. Take advantage, man. They're gonna go up in value, so pick some up. Chili's Cards, Sports Cards signing out. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked this content, you know, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you think I'm wrong, if you don't think Nolan Arenado is going to rise in value anymore, and let me know why you think that. You know, if you think that I'm dead accurate, then yeah, let me know. Help me build my channel up. You know, share with your friends. Hopefully, you guys like my content and stuff like that. I try pretty hard to make good content for you guys. Most of the time, some of my videos are kind of duds, but yeah, you know what, man? I just got this, and I've been buying quite a lot of PSA lately. I don't know. I don't mind buying PSA whatsoever. You know, I like PSA, you know, as far as buying, because the resale on the PSA, everybody likes PSA. They're not going nowhere. But I definitely prefer the SGC, the case. If I'm sending cards in, you know, I'm going with the SGC. I won't send in cards to PSA right now. I've been thinking about it. I've been struggling with it, debating if I want to try it out or not. I just don't know what kind of cards that I would choose to send in to PSA. I've been thinking about it. And I won't send the autos into PSA because I would just rather send the autos to Beckett, personally. If I think that the autos, you know, weren't perfect, and I didn't want to be you know, screwed over by Beckett so much, because I think their grades are a lot tougher, I might send in an autograph to PSA. You know, I think that might be the one definitely option that I have. Other cards that I think that I might send into PSA eventually, I think that some cards fall into that category for me. I don't know how to explain it. See, cards like this right here, I would rather send them into to SGC. But maybe a card that I think that might be like, that's my SGC stack that I want to send in right there. I was looking at them, and I don't think any of them really fit the description. But I don't know, if I had these cards ungraded and I really expected them to blow up in value, I might send them in PSA. Yeah, I don't know. It just depends, man. But I can't really even think of anything that I would really send to PSA besides maybe an autograph that wasn't in super, super awesome condition. Like if I pulled this card out right here, and I seen that it had a little bit of damage on it, I didn't want to see a BGS 8, I might send it to PSA and hope for a 9, you know, that type of situation. If these cards were selling for more money, like if these were the Vladimir Guerrero Top Series 2s, and they were super sharp, I might send them to PSA, just because I think the PSA 10s sell more than the SGC 10s. And that's all on, you know, a money aspect. You know, obviously it's smarter to try to get no more bang for your buck. But at the end of the day, I don't support PSA, so I think the only real, you know, way that I'm going to be sending in a card to PSA is if it has the auto and it has a little bit of damage on it. So that's what PSA is for me right now. If I get some more cards like this that maybe are damaged, maybe I'll send in a little PSA submission. I like Matt Chapman a lot. I think that he's going to be a guy that's going to go up in value quite a bit. And I've been looking into getting some more of his rookie card autos, because I think, Like if I had this card to do over again, I would send it to PSA. I like SGC, but they didn't authenticate the auto. So yeah, if I had that card to do over again, I would probably send it to PSA. And I'd probably send this one. And if I get some more Matt Chapman rookie card autos, hey, knock it off. Damn, my dogs are fighting right now. They're playing too hard. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's the only time that I would send cards into PSA. So I'm not totally against doing it, but if it totally makes sense, then it totally makes sense. So it is what it is. So all right, guys, good night. Talk to y'all later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out.